Tonight, ABC News has confirmed the state of Michigan reached a $600 million settlement to compensate the victims of the Flint water crisis. 80% of that settlement will go to minors. Tens of thousands of children in Flint were exposed to dangerous toxins in the water after the city switched its water supply in 2014. State officials are expected to announce the settlement tomorrow.
What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope everybody's doing well out there on this beautiful Thursday. Doing real good myself. Shout out to the brother Jamal Bay for hipping me to this particular situation. This story about Flint, Michigan, all right? It's long overdue, that they would compensate these people for the horrific trauma that they put them through the water system, The thing is, though, did they fix the water filtration system? Did they restore the pipes? Did they replace the pipes so that this won't happen again? Because the rusty pipes that they had was just full of lead. So much to the point to where it says Flint residents blame the water for rashes, hair loss, and other health concerns, but local and state officials insisted it was safe. See, they lied. So regardless if the Michigan reaches a $6 million deal in Flint, water crisis, they knew the water was messed up in the first place. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. The water here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, something is going on with that as well. Where I live, the thing is with it, it's like it's got this sulfur odor to it. You know what I'm talking about? It's like, I don't know, like some kind of odor is to it, you know what I'm saying? And then it collects like a black residue if it sits, for so long. So it's something wrong with the pipes and stuff here too, So before it gets bad, they better take care of that. You know what I mean? Because, you don't need people, man, getting sick from drinking water. These people are supposed to be over this to make sure that here in America, the water filtration system is free of contaminants. Look at the water bill. Look how much they charge, and which I'm thinking too. We're paying the price here in the city where we live. That the ones that are not paying, like in rural areas. I used to work at downtown. And you would hear some of the white people that were coming there complaining about paying like $10 or $15 or something like that for their water bill. And I know we was paying something like $60, $70, $80, shit like that, But to get into this particular story right here, as we know, it says here in Flint, Michigan, Michigan will pay $600 million to compensate Flint residents whose health was damaged by lead-tainted drinking water after the city heeded state regulators' advice not to treat it properly. An attorney involved in the negotiations told the Associated Press on Wednesday. Details will be released later this week, according to the attorney who requested anonymity because he was not authorized to speak about it ahead of an official's announcement. The settlement was first reported by the Detroit News, MLive.com, and WXZY TV. It is intended to resolve all legal actions against the state for its role in its disaster that made the improvised majority black city a nationwide symbol of government mismanagement, the attorney said. Yeah, but see, what about the long, they're gonna pay out like this $600 million to absolve them from any damages or whatever. It's like restitution. But what about the long standing side effects and damages thereafter? That's what I'm saying. So these people better make sure they buy some health insurance or something with the money, or what have you, because a lot of the damages are irreversible, but to continue here, the offices of Government Gretchen Whitmer and Attorney General Dana Nessel have been negotiating for more than 18 months with lawyers for thousands of Flint residents who have filed suits against the state. Ryan Jarvie, a spokesman for Nestle, declined to confirm the reports of a deal Wednesday night. We and other parties are bound by a federal court order to maintain the confidentiality of detailed settlements and mediation communications until we reach a certain point, Jarvie said. We have not reached that point where we can discuss a potential settlement. Well, what's the $600 million thing y'all talking about? But to continue here, Flint switched its water source from the city of Detroit to the Flint River to save money in 2014, while under control of a state-appointed emergency manager. State environmental regulators advised Flint, located about 70 miles, 112.65 kilometers north of Detroit, not to apply corrosion controls to the water, which was contaminated by lead from aging pipes. You know, another thing, greed. You know, talking about saving money. What the hell are you saving money? It always leads to damages of others in situations like this. What are you saving the money for? People are paying you for clean water. I can tell you what you're saving the money for so you can stick your hands in it. Well, we're not getting enough, under the table. Stealthily, you guys are stealing. That's what it all boils down to. So you want to go and go to a cheaper, a source of protection for the water or what have you. And then look what happens. You still wind up paying more money in the damn long run. See? Crazy, man. Let's see what this is talking about, people. Look. We can get it to play. It's the commercial. People always talking about saving money. Somebody else's money.
This is now 9:05. New this morning, a federal judge has ruled that Flint, Michigan residents can sue the federal government over the area's long-going drinking water crisis. The city switched its water treatment source back in April of 2014, which put lead into the tap water. That's when those complaints began. And 5 years later, those complaints, well, they are still happening. Criminal and civil cases have accused Michigan and Flint leaders of being responsible for this.
Wow. That's messed up, man. I think they should sue the government. Like I said, man, who, worries about having to, be leery of the drinking water? This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's no excuse for what these people did. And they knew they were supposed to replace those damn pipes. Nasty ass lead, rust-filled pipes and shit. So in other words, hell, you would have been better going to get the damn water out of the river yourself and cleaning it, filtrating it yourself than to rely on them to do it. Because the water got contaminated by their pipes. All right? But I digress, but that's the way it seems to me. To continue here, residents of the city with a population of nearly 100,000 people quickly began complaining that the water was discolored and had a bad taste and smell. They blamed it for rashes, hair loss, and other health concerns. But local and state officials insisted it was safe. You couldn't have made me think it was safe. Hell, if it's looking like that and smelling like they said it did and tasting, oh no, that is not safe. Matter of fact, if I see some damn rust-colored water coming out my faucet, I'm not drinking it. I'm not going to drink it. See? But to continue, researchers with Virginia Tech University reported in summer 2015 that samples of Flint water had abnormally had lead levels. Abnormally lead levels, high lead levels. Shortly after, a group of doctors announced that local children had high levels of lead in their blood and urged Flint to stop using the water from the river. Governor Rick Snyder eventually acknowledged the problem, accepted the resignation of his environmental chief, and pleaded to aid the city, which resumed using Detroit water. See, the people told them the water was messed up, and they still kept doing it. There needs to be some people go to prison for this. And I don't mean just the dude with the thick, funny hair. You know what I mean? Which I think he's supposed to be getting out. I can't remember his name. He was involved in this, if I'm not mistaken. Residents use bottled water for drinking and household needs for more than a year. Researchers said in late 2016 that lead was no longer detectable in many homes. Lawsuits against the state are being overseen by U.S. District Judge Judith LeVay, who would have to approve the settlement. All right. Here's another video. Let's see if it's any longer. Let's see. It could be the same thing. There's no excuse in this, man. Money always gets in the way of how, greed, how they care about other people. Oh, shit. This ain't. I don't want to see this idiot. They really misled us on that. Boy, they misled us on that. In conclusion here, under the deal, the state would establish a $600 million fund, and Flint residents come file claims for the compensation. The amount awarded per applicant will be based on how badly they were harmed, the attorney told AP. It calls for devoting 80% of the money to people who were under age 18 during the period when Flint was using river water, the attorney said. If approved, the settlement would push state spending on the Flint water crisis over $1 billion. Michigan already has pumped more than $400 million into replacing water pipes, purchasing filters and bottled water, children's health care, and other assistance. Other suits are pending against Flint, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, and private consultants that advise the city on water issues. Yeah, it's messed up, man. I mean, wow. I mean, what can you say in a situation other than they simply didn't care? They were told what the water was all about, and then when they were told, they already knew that they had switched sources of water in the first place. And they kept that particular, a way of distributing the water. Like I said, some people need to go to prison behind this shit. Plus pay out even more than $600 million as far as I'm concerned. And they don't need to be putting a cap on how much the damage is and who was damaged or whatever. And what about older people, people older than 18 years old? You know what I mean? Because I know as adults were damaged too by this water. This is messed up, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this particular situation. I'm interested in hearing y'all thoughts, y'all views and opinions on it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched. Simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.